Welcome back, everyone. Comedian and podcaster Adam Carolla released a bombshell interview with Tucker Carlson this week, and the left is freaking out about it. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly suggest you do. They talk about a lot of things that I guarantee you will never hear from the mainstream media, such as Tucker's upcoming interview with Larry Sinclair, the man who said he had sex and smoked crack with Barack Obama back in 2008. And also the possibility that President Trump will be assassinated. Take a look.
Are they going to let Trump be president?
No, of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times, and every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can't reach that conclusion.
He's got some fair points. Tucker's not the only one who thinks this. He's just one of the few courageous enough to say it. But I'm sure my next guest won't hold back either. Let's bring him on now, host of Weber's Way, Jess Weber. Jess, thanks for being back with us. It's great to have you. What do you make of the possibility of Trump potentially being assassinated? Is that the next step in all of this insanity?
That's next. Andrew Tate said it a long time ago. First they go after your character, they smear you, destroy you, and then they try to put you in jail. And then the next thing is assassination. And so we'll see. The thing is, there is people talking about that Trump might end up in jail. That actually could happen, Allison, which is kind of really scary and sad. Yeah. But if that does not happen and the election goes through, they probably most likely will try to attempt to somehow kill him, or this is all a deploy, all a distraction just to say, wow, Trump has got all these, we're going to put him in prison. We're going to keep attacking him. And then all of a sudden he loses in the election. Yeah. So it's all almost like thinking like they tried all this stuff. It's all us conservatives are all hyped up about him being smeared and being all these indictments. And then it goes back to them cheating again in the election. It's just like, could be a big distraction on that.
It could be. I guess it's hard to speculate at this point, but it's definitely a question that's been in my mind. So sadly, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Let's talk about Tucker addressing Larry Sinclair, knowing that Obama is gay and also smoked crack with him. I knew Obama was probably gay, let's be honest here, but also a crackhead? Really? I guess that's a popular trend within the liberal community. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I saw the interview a long time ago. This is I don't know why it's being rehatched right now. We all know Obama's gay. He's married to a man. The guy that he was interviewing, you listen to the interview, Allison, it is really believable. He went in there, he would do it in the back of a car. He would go in the back of the car, they would smoke crack, he would give them something special, and then he would leave, and then I guess he would go back and do it again. Obama was obsessed with it. It was really very strange. And we all know Obama's gay. Again, he's married to a man. Prove me wrong. Michelle, and where's Michael Robinson? Where's that guy? That's where I want to find him. I want to know who that guy is. Where is he? He was Obama's best friend. They had the same little mark on the arm. It's just too quinky dink. Where's Michelle Obama's pregnant pictures? I don't get it. Obama's gay for sure.
There is no question about it. I just can't even believe that the mainstream media doesn't talk about this. Maybe they will actually. Maybe they will start talking about it, because obviously we know that's the only thing they enjoy talking about is the LGBTQIA nonsense. So perhaps they're going to make some grandiose announcement, and that's going to be the reason as to why he is our next president or some nonsense like that. I don't know.
Elsa, maybe they I don't know. The reason why they didn't talk about his gayness is because Obama says, or his administration said, if you did talk about it, you will have no access to the White House. So that's why it was never discussed. Mm-hmm. And then we all know probably Michelle Obama is going to run for president, right? And that's going to be the ultimate satanic king and queen, or should I say king and king in the White House. because I mean, think about it. You got a tranny and then you got a gay guy, both colored, right? In the White House is perfect for their
It's a liberal's dream come
Yeah,
true.
they're gonna love it.
Ugh, disgusting. I hope Jesus just comes back before then. I can't live to see that. All right.
Yeah.
I just got to say, I'm shocked any of this even actually aired. I'm shocked that Tucker and Adam Carolla had this conversation because, as we know, everything is so canceled and suppressed these days. How do you think so much truth was allowed to be divulged into the mainstream?
Well, as the thing is that, you got to feel like you're winning. They got to give some of the concerns that here's a little win here. Tucker's breaking through. And you got to remember, Tucker's got a good platform on Twitter, or should I say X.
Right.
Elon Musk is kind of allowing it in a sense. Good for him that he's kind of breaking through. Hopefully it's not a false hope that we're getting through. We'll see where it goes. It's going to be very interesting. How it all ends.
Yes.
For even Tucker, he could be next.
Yeah, that's right. Next. He better watch his back unless he's one of them. Perhaps I don't know. This is my own take, but he did have a red string tied around his wrist in the recent Donald Trump interview. Which
no, I did not see that.
Yeah, I actually found that myself. We'll have to pull up a picture. But yes, he did have that. So that's a little sketch.
Yeah, Madonna had one. A lot of the elites have that. It's a Jewish. Is it a Jewish?
Kabbalah. Yeah, which is like the Hollywood religion. So I don't know. All right. Anyway, Jess, in other wins for the conservative movement, the mainstream allowed this interview to air as well. It was the musician Oliver Anthony who joined Joe Rogan on his podcast to discuss his rise to fame along with his disdain for the new world and slimy politicians that are destroying our country. Let's take a listen to what some of he had to say.
Politicians from the 90s, from the Democratic Party, sound like
totally
Nazis.
Different. Yeah.
They sound like Nazis. There was this
what does that tell you?
When Biden passed the crime bill in 94, there's this famous speech that he gives about locking people up so that his wife is safe and so that they're safe and that I'm safe. And it sounds like right-wing, like Proud Boy speech. It's crazy. It sounds like a patriot speech.
No,
like what you worry about militias saying.
I know very little about any of this, but my understanding is I know for sure with Hillary Clinton, but I think even with Obama, originally their stance was very much against gay marriage, and then it flipped around.
She didn't support gay marriage till 2013.
Yeah.
2013.
So in this one particular clip, they're kind of ripping on the Democrats, which is great. I love it. But what I love about Oliver Anthony is that he calls out both sides. The song Rich Men North of Richmond is about corporate-owned D.C. politicians who have collectively sold out our nation. He's making the point that it's not about left versus right. It's about the system as a whole. What do you think about him?
No, I like that. I like this guy coming out of nowhere, putting out this major hit. Obviously, it's clear that he's totally anti-government. It's just calling out what's really going on in the middle class. It's a really good, fresh, it's a nice fresh air to hear his song. But I do have to say, I have to call out the conservatives out there. They're trying to knock him down. They're trying to say that he's a plant and he's a false hope. And the guy was a liberal before. And, it's hopefully that's not true. We're going to dig into that on our show. But anyways, I don't know where it's going to go. But I'll tell you one thing. I love his songs. I'm a huge fan. And we knew this interview was definitely coming.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I think from what I've seen, I really like him. He just says it like it is. I think sometimes the conservatives take the conspiracies a little too far. I think this guy came out of nowhere, and I do think he's talented and has a message that everyone can relate to, which is why the song has gained so much success. Jess, we're all out of time today. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you and follow you for more?
They can follow us at Weber's Way Films on Instagram and webersway.com. We have a daily show every single day, so we'll see you there.
See you there.
Thanks
Jess.